invades. But Sion, you know, he has the potential for all that.
Yeah, they do have a lot of good level 1 strength. We'll have to see if they go for anything quirky. But day 4 of the PCS Spring Playoffs, Team Bliss coming up against Deep Cross Gaming. Will they be able to keep Oceanic Dreams alive? I sure hope so.
Yeah, we certainly hope so. Cull picked up by Croscata, has the cleanse as well. It is the Comet picked up here by Nesty. We've seen that time and time again, I think, up against the range matchups. As we have a pause.
Well, I mean, I like to think that's good for us. You know, we're very used to our pauses. Although, same with PCS to an extent.
Yeah, it's the pause
both
championship
pause
series for
leagues.
a reason.
Yeah, it's been in the meta for a bit too long. Yeah.
I mean, looking at the map, we can't tell a whole lot, but it does look like it's a fairly standard fan, right? It doesn't seem like anything's going on at level 1, but I mean, obviously not a lot to talk about because nothing has happened. I still want to kind of bring it back to that top matchup because I think that it's kind of weird to... When you're in your second phase bans, the typical thing to do is to double ban a lane because that tends to get more impact, right? You either ban out 2 mids or you ban 2 tops or something like that, just because that allows you to target something a bit more specifically and kind of protect for the blind picks. And I think it's kind of strange that Sion was blind picked here with the Gnar ban and then give the Gwen anyway, because in the PCS, Gwen has been picked into Sion so many times, and it's looked really damn good, I think, every single time. So very bold, I think, by Liv to say, you know, I'm completely fine with that matchup. And even if you can neutralize the early game, Gwen snowballs and scales as well, just really, really well. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure maybe the second phase bans, but as we have a look at the level 1 trade, should probably be Zeri Lulu that get priority, at least in this early game. Even with the Cull. Benvi actually takes a lot of damage before this lane even starts. He's taking another one.
More. He hasn't had enough just yet.
Dude, what's going on?
He's got the spell thieves gold at least. I mean, as a support myself, I have to say that's a dub. It's a huge dub. And also, both bot lane duos have actually color coordinated their skins, so...
That is important.
Yeah, no edge given to either team just yet.
Looks like they will be pushing for that priority. Lemus takes a lot of damage as well. Orca obviously has that Airy, can kind of provide a lot of that strength in the lane. As we do see both junglers starting on that top side, most likely will be pathing down. It's pretty hard, I think, to pressure either mid or top here, although there's some pretty heavy trades going on top, so we might see someone head towards there. A little bit of damage traded back in the mid lane here for Daystar. Feels very hard to ever pick up an actual kill on Gragas. Just has so much sustain, especially when he gets that catalyst. A lot of Gragas do go for the Rod of Ages. Now, there was one game, I think you missed it, Amel, where Nesty played... I think it was like Night Harvester electrocuting Night Gragas. I thought that was pretty chad. Jeez. And had a big performance on it, but I would not be expecting to see it here. He's just going to keep clearing out the waves. There's Hana. He's looking for a level 2 gank. I mean, we have the E-Flash.
Oh, yeah, he's looking for a Daystar. Might be in trouble. Gets body slam. Does land the charm onto Hana. Is going to be forced to burn the flash to get away. The why not is here. Or whatever comes next, but... like, not too much.
It was a nice charm by Daystar, but ultimately did lose his flash. A lot of HP and subsequently a lot of pressure in this lane. I think Ari should be able to get priority in a lot of the early game here, but is now going to struggle. And it's not the end of the world. Ari obviously doesn't really need to snowball lane to be effective, but it's a gank that you'd prefer wouldn't happen, as why not? He's just going to maybe look for a bot. I mean, they are very pushed up.
I think that Ward has
They're
just
still very healthy, though.
He has got a good angle in this. Lands a Q onto Croscata, but it's going to dash away.
Yeah, a little bit of damage traded over. Certainly isn't the end of the world, and I think Hana most likely will come... Oh, okay. He's not going to come down and ensure it crashes. We'll look towards the Scuttle Crab instead. I suppose the side of DCG most likely are safe crashing this in. Scuttle gonna be picked up, and now there is mid and bot priority for the side of DCG. And Hana, maybe he can look to use that to invade. That early gank actually made quite a big difference to the mid priority.
Yeah, gets spotted out here. Why not is watching very carefully. Doesn't want this red buff to get stolen away, and Benvi has stun available as well. Daystar is unable to move though. He's stuck underneath his turret, so you have to assume Nesty is in the area as well, and it looks like it is just going to go the way of DCG.
Yeah, really rough start, I think, for Wynot, and we need him to have a big performance in this game, but you can kind of see that was sort of just a bunch of mistakes piling on top of each other. So what happened, I hold that thought, we have a little bit of a trade on the Benvi. To kind of break it down for you guys, the initial gank mid was what allowed Nesty to get priority. And then because Wynot went for that gank bot, invested a lot of tempo, and then ultimately, once lost that mid and bot prior, was just invaded off his red buff. So it's not the start that you'd want, and Wynot doesn't have many camps to farm, so it's going to look top onto Hanabi.
Yeah,
Has the Ghost, though.
Somehow made his way into the top lane tribe, which hasn't been spotted as well. He's warthog past the ward that Hanabi has set up in the river, but this is still pretty hard to gank. Hanabi likely has the W available. And it looks like Wynot probably just going to back here.
Yep. Recall will come through. As Hanabi, he's going to be able to grab all the CS nice and early. And having a CS lead already in this matchup does feel pretty good. Obviously, the Gwen, it scales so well. But not expecting it to win lane all the time, but already ahead here, which does feel pretty solid for you. Nesty does always feel good when he has the ability to impact the map, and I think this is a matchup where he's certainly going to be able to do so. We've kind of seen Nesty struggle, perhaps up against some of the stronger laning mids. You mentioned Mission for his impact on the game before. Oh, flash.
Nesty going for the flash
but he
body
hit
slam.
6.
Yeah, there's no follow-up there, really. Nesty doesn't actually have enough mana to keep trading in here, and Benvi's in the area now as well. Probably not too much going to come out of this, but very aggressive play there from Nesty. I'm not too sure what he was looking to achieve there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he thought he was going to get 6 and maybe didn't because Lulu sapped XP, although Benvi...
Benvi's in trouble. Might actually get taken out here.
Oh
Has
my
the flash away. Oh, flash forward from Orca secures the kill with the point and click E. First blood going the way of DCG. Oh, that's rough. That's rough for Benvi.
Yeah, it is rough for Benvi. Was caught out of position. Hana actually predicted over the wrong wall, and that was what forced Orca to flash for that. But honestly, a kill on your Lulu early, like it's not as good as the other members, right? But it's actually not too bad. Can accelerate just a little bit faster. And with that kill, now looking towards drag. So it looks initially like Nesty, oh yeah, so Daystar would have been level 5 without much mana, but because he dematted the cannon, was able to hit level 6. And then Nesty kind of just ran out of steam here. But Benvi, he invests a lot of cooldowns onto the wave, and then passed very greedily despite that, after taking damage, investing all the cooldowns. And Hana is the one who catches him out. And you'll see, Hana, he goes over the wrong wall here. You kind of see why. But Benvi, he almost managed to escape. But Orca, he took him out. I don't know how I got Corker, but anyway.
Gotta put a cork in that one. No, nothing.
Nothing. Okay, why not? He's going to grab this bot scuttle. First Dragon was, of course, picked up there by DCG. And I think this is, while it's not the biggest goal deficit or anything for the side of Team Bliss, it's warning signs just because I feel like you need to win early game here in order to win this game. It feels like DCG's scaling teamfight is not only easier to execute, but also just stronger. And I think Team Bliss's mid jungle really needs to find some sort of impact or play on this map, you know, whether that's Heralds or ganking bot or something, in order to kind of break this game open for them.
Yeah, Limus trying his best to build his own advantage, but wait, Cascada's going in. That's actually chunk Limus all the way down to half HP there, while under his turret. And overall, both bot lane is still relatively even. Which does feel a little bit bad for the side of Team Bliss, because I can't help but feel like you get outscaled by the Zeri Lulu when it comes to late game.
Yeah, I think Xayah specifically does scale very well, but I'm really looking more towards the other places on the map. I feel like the Sion up against the Gwen Zeri really kind of runs out of impact, or I guess pulls out of relevancy, I guess is what I'm looking for.
Just like
pretty
you.
quickly. Oh, okay. Jeez, thanks, Amal. Okay, so with that burn in mind, DCG, they're going to hit this tower. Wish that were Amal right now.
Yeah, Limus unfortunately forced to sit and wait until they're able to get a little bit closer, but Hana's in the area now. Limus might be a little bit greedy here. Does have all of his summons available, so maybe not feeling too bad. But Benvi, though, Benvi is not in a similar situation at all. Gets taken out by Cascada, no flash available for him to get out of that. Now Limus all on his lonesome. I don't think DCG can dive this, but they can definitely try.
I think they can. There are both sums and ult though for Limus, but I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Well,
he's very dead.
He's just immediately dead.
This is
immediately taken out.
This is so weird from Bliss. So they hard commit to playing towards the Herald, But the problem with that is it weak sides your bot lane, and it feels like bot lane is kind of your only scaling win condition in this game. So if you want to do that, you probably need to either swap your bot lane up or just make sure that they like push the wave first so that they don't get counter dived. And then on the other side, Bliss, on the bot side, if you know your jungler is going for Herald, why on earth do you walk back up to the tower? It's something that I think Lemus was actually criticized for in the LCO playoffs, was actually playing too aggressive on that weak side, and I'm not sure why they felt like they could contest that and instead just fall further and further behind. It feels Bliss making the same mistakes time and time again.
Yeah, it's always a rough situation to be in where you're forced to give up like 2 or more waves just because your jungler isn't on the same side of the map as you, and Team Bliss unfortunately feeling the effects of that, and really, it's really the worst case scenario, right? When you are forced to miss that CS, but then you double down and you die as well. It's rough.
Really is. 2 kills on Cascada's Zeri as well. We've seen time and time again what happens when these Zeris get fed early. Now, I guess the one saving grace for the side of Team Bliss is they have managed to pick up the Herald. So if somehow Why Not can find a play onto one of the lanes, can drop the Herald and maybe trade back some of this gold, but it's 2,000 gold already for DCG, and as we kind of said before, DCG not normally known for the strongest early game, particularly in the laning phase. It's more that mid game that they come online. So being ahead so early here, I'm pretty worried for Bliss.
Yeah, mountain of gold for DCG is continuing to get higher and higher, and Cascada also very close to finishing his cull as well. Oh, it's done. Just as I say it. Why Not though? Looking to see what he can achieve in the mid lane. Might just prop the Rift here. Actually, Dacer getting forced back into the turret. Charms up Cascada. Oh, not Cascada. Nesty actually. Might actually be able to get the kill here.
Oh.
Nesty just making his way out of there. Why Not trying his best to secure the kill. Does manage to pick up that one on the back end, but Cascada, on the other hand, getting Benvi once again on the bot side. These guys aren't allowed anywhere near their tier 3 turret.
No, they really aren't. Once again, I think, I'm not sure what happened to Bliss's bot lane. Maybe we're too far up there, but really nice job, I think, by Nesty to delay that so much, because if he dies there for free, it will just be the Herald dropped mid as Lemus, he looks to contest this wave. Benvi is not quite around yet, so it takes a lot of damage for that greedy path and is forced to ult, and then after that, you have no business being under this tower anymore. Looks like he tried to get the wave early, and then decided to leave. Benvi still without flash, or I guess had to use flash somewhere in there. Oof. And was just taken out so quick. I think, credit to Why Not for trying to look for something on that mid wave, but, ganking the Gragas is so hard. I think it's just so difficult to be a Lee Sin in this game. Obviously has picked himself up a kill and still has the Herald. Second drag though, it's already mythic shield bow completed for Cascada. I don't think Bliss can win this fight.
Shirelli's popped from the side of Orca, but no follow-up there. They might just look to try and finish it off. Does get taken by DCG, and now the fight is breaking out. Lemus is on the bottom side of the river without a support, actually, but they're trying to see if they can chase this one down. Nesty actually dropped very low. Is going to get taken out by Benvi, getting at least 1 kill to his name, and now Cascada going to be the target. Why Not getting a little bit too cocky, a little bit too excited there. It's going to give another kill over to Orca.
Yeah, I think Bliss should have been happy with the initial kill that they got because it looked good, although Liv perhaps in a little bit of trouble. He has the flash, but Hanami can just trade the Ghost with him if he needs to. Has the Conqueror already fully stacked up. He's taking a lot of damage. Might be forced into flashing. He doesn't have the ult available.
Yeah, Hanami just keeps going at it. Snip, takes down Liv very low, but once again on the bot side, Lemus actually going in. Same with Benvi. They find the They actually flash away. Manages to pick up the shutdown from Cascada, and now Orca, very low on mana, all by himself. Lemus and Benvi actually making magic in the bot lane.
And very nicely played there by the side of Team Bliss's bot lane. And I think it's a very important shutdown going on in the ADC if you want to get back into this game. And I think this is a fight that Bliss probably shouldn't win, but so much damage has been taken by Hana on the Wukong, as well as Nesty getting chunked out on the side. The Dragon was picked up, but I think Bliss probably should have just been happy to grab this kill onto Nesty and disengage after that. Even just getting 1 kill here, I think, is honestly pretty good for your current game state. But Why Not? He does try and chase for a bit more, but there's just so much tankiness with the lifesteal, the shield bow, the Lulu on top of all that.
And his team just isn't quite in position to be able to follow up that damage output. Why Not now? Getting looked on again. 4 top's over. Rift Herald is up in a minute, so DCG looking to see what control they can get around here. Nesty just barely missing that body slam. Has the explosive cask available, but chooses not to use it this time around.
Maybe Lemus can use this time to trade some more gold bot. I think Lemus is the person that needs to carry this game for the side of Bliss. I think everyone else is definitely going to struggle. I mean, maybe Daystar can find something, but I think it's kind of up to Lemus. Lived. He's going to be able to ult away.
Hold on out of there. Hana
close.
tries to block it, but not quite close enough. 3 people expended for the side of DCG on the top lane, trying to take down the tower as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Nesty covering down on the bot side. Does actually hit the body slam explosive cast, but not quite into the turret. Does manage to clear the wave though, at least?
Yeah, if Nesty can survive here on weak side, it would be good, but I don't think he can survive up against 3. Hanabi has TP, but he just invests at mid. Nesty should probably leave, but it might be too late. If he can avoid at least giving the kill to Lemus, that's probably the best case scenario. Maybe he can tank the wave off the tower. I don't think he can, though.
Oh, Daystar's coming down now as well. There's no way Nesty is gonna... There's no way he makes it out of here, right? He's got the flash available now, actually. Might be able to try and make a play happen. Trying to clear the wave, but stunned up, charmed up, does get taken out by Why Not. Lemus actually dropping very low, but lives to see another day.
I think, yeah, nice there by Bliss to get this gold and grab the tower. It does come at a cost, obviously. The top tower goes down as well, and it looks like maybe mid. I mean, mid takes a lot of damage, but it won't quite fall. And I think if you can trade evenly from behind, generally that's pretty good, right? Yeah. I think you are a team here that isn't going to scale as well into the mid game or even the late game as the enemy team comps. So getting what gold you can, I think, is very important, especially considering that you're down 2 dragons. So you're going to be forced to contest this third one. And the more gold you can get on Lemus before that, I think makes such a big difference. Daystar actually has himself a pretty significant lead here in mid lane, and that could be the difference maker in this third dragon fight. I don't think he'll be able to get anywhere close to second item, but he does have himself quite a bit of gold, as that gold lead has been brought back a little bit, but still remains in DCG's favor.
Daystar trying as good as he can to make himself a threat for the side of Team Bliss. He is 2 levels up right now on the Ahri, so definitely good looks for him, and we've seen Daystar, really come online in those late game team fights as well. So a really good start for him and for Team Bliss's chances of winning this game. Mountain Dragons spawning in a minute now.
Team Bliss, they have the control.
They do.
Yeah, they really need to be able to win this team fight if they want a chance in this game. And I think having the control is so important. I think Benvi maybe can be the one to find some sort of engage. He almost has flash ready, and it's very difficult, I think, to face check into the Annie. It's only Cruscata who has the cleanse.
Nesty now making his way down to try and help out his team. They're kind of wrestling for mid-pro. Looks like Team Bliss have secured it for now. 25 seconds now to the spawn. And I have to assume this is going to be a 5v5 coming up very soon. And like you said, definitely very important for Team Bliss to try and find an angle to win this fight here before things get too out of control for them in this game.
I think DCG should probably just go down mid and force Team Bliss to respond. I don't think you want to be able to face check into this. I think actually much better played setup here from the side of Team Bliss. So despite being at a gold deficit, managed to maintain the control when I think they shouldn't normally be able to.
Oh, there's that one ward. Despite that though, Nesty gets completely taken out by Benvi, finds a kill. Will Team Bliss look for more here? Hanabi spins the ultimate, Liv trying as best he can to find a stun. Cruscata actually jumping very low, Why Not going in? Doesn't actually find the kick early enough, but now is able to find that kill. Lemus now the target. Hana takes him down, Lived. Now 1v2 on the top side of the river. Daystar and Benvi trying their best to finish off Hana. They do find him, Lived. He's still going. Tanky Scion isn't actually able to get taken out by Hanabi and Orca, and actually a pretty big win for Team Bliss. They do find the charm once again, stunned up. Who's going to get the kill here? Hopefully it's Daystar. He does pick that one up. Shut down for him once again, pumping out 3.5k damage in that fight. And Team Bliss, they're not going down without a fight.
They really aren't. Much better played there by Team Bliss. I have to say though, on the side of DCG, what are they doing, man?
Just say it, man.
What are they doing? Like, just go down mid and force Bliss out of the control, because why are you face checking, man? It should be so easy. I think here, it makes no sense. Like, you can just go down mid, pressure the tier 2. You don't even need the drag. Instead, it's Nesty who just walks up, gets chain CC'd, and also the Sun Q buys so much time. Nesty deals 0 damage in this fight. And I think also Cruscata went a bit too far forward, dashes forward into the Sun Q. And while the kick wasn't instant, it was good enough. Hana on the backside actually flashed the feathers and managed to get Lemus, which I think was pretty important, but still though, Team Bliss, they get a very important team fight win. They get a couple kills. I believe they got drag, or is it still up? It might still be up.
Yeah, both teams once again. Deja Vu Carbon is very happy about that one. His hairline isn't though, but Team Bliss, they do have control over the river once again. We'll see if DCG can find their way in.
Yeah, I think this actually might be a better fight here. Oh, there's a lot of Teemos in this game.
Wow, that is a lot of Teemos. I guess Wynot's really taking over the map this time. Nesty, though, on his own on the top side, whereas DCG 4 men trying to figure out what they can do, getting into the pit. Benvi doesn't connect the stun, but Lived finds it onto Orca and Cascada, forced back very far into the jungle. Team Bliss, they have to do their best to secure the dragon. They do pick it up. Liam now forced into the back of the pit. 3-man body slam from Nesty. They find so much damage there. Cascada now on the other side of the wall, cutting off any chance of escape for the side of Team Bliss. Daystar and Benvi trying their best to get out of this one. Cascada on the chase still. Benvi, I don't know if he's going to make it out of this one, but looks like sides are on Daystar for now. Dropped very low, forced to flash away. Zeri W actually finds the shutdown onto him, and this time it's DCG who take out 4.
DCG, they do manage to play the team fight a little bit better, I think. For the first time in this game, Nesty was able to find impact in the team fight. And it was impact that was definitely felt for the side of Team Bliss, as they were pretty much all CC'd and damaged by the Gragas combo. It was the Dragon picked up by Team Bliss. They buy themselves a bit of time, but I think it's tough, right? Despite the game looking even in terms of gold, it really is up to Daystar maybe to carry this. As we kind of see how this starts, I feel like this isn't as good a setup before. It's not the front to back, and the engage was pretty heavily fumbled by Bliss. And then once that happens, it feels like your carries are kind of all stuck in a place with nowhere to go.
Yeah, huge body slam here from Nesty as well. Really crucial winning this fight and really finishing off Team Bliss before they can try and escape from the Dragon Pit. And after that, DCG, they kind of just hunt down Team Bliss one by one.
Yeah, all taken out of their backside, and Cascada, the beneficiary of a lot of these kills as well. I think Benvi actually managed to get all the way out. I think the shutdown was even picked up here maybe as well, I think.
Yeah.
Was it?
Okay, that didn't hit on my screen, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, I mean, Daystar finds himself with 5 kills, but it is quite difficult to be the solo AP carry. As Engage, it's looked onto Hana, but isn't quite found.
They do have the TP from Nesty on the flank. Well, who's he looking for? He's looking for Benvi once again. He hasn't quite had enough this game so far. Daystar trying his best to try and dissuade any further engagement. Benvi, he's going to get taken out by Hanabi here. Killing spree for him. This Gwen is looking scarier and scarier as the game goes on. DCG not going to look towards the Baron quite yet, though.
No, cannot go for it. Yeah, as I was saying, Daystar, he's very fed and he has a lot of gold. But Ari's not exactly like the solo AP carry that we'd maybe expect to see Daystar on. You know, something like the Aurelion Sol, the Veigar, the Syndra. Champs that scale very well and can 1v9 these games. While Ari can find a lot of impact with charms and can perhaps burst, it's difficult up against Cascada with the cleanse. I'd be looking a lot towards Lemus when he can complete his second item. Obviously, the Navori on the Xayah is such a big spike. And maybe can be used to turn the next team fight. Cascada opts for the Hurricane second, so doesn't yet have that kind of crit amplifier of his own.
And then making short work of these waves, Yeah,
he's going to be able to farm up a Storm. Maybe he can even get his third item before the next fight. It doesn't look like too much will happen in the next couple minutes before that Dragon.
Overall, though, Team Bliss have done a really good job of staying in this game so far. We saw DCG earlier in the game with the 2k gold, and that hasn't really changed up until now. So definitely still hopes looking high for the side of OCE.
Yeah, I think if there is something to take away from this game, it's that Bliss's objective setup has been much better than the side of DCG's. And so maybe can look to get early setup on this next Dragon and take a favorable fight. Because if they can find another team fight win, would even this up here. Especially if you can get the gold into Lemus, I think that's so important. Only has himself 1 kill. Does he have second item here in base? I'm not totally sure, but if he does, it's such an important spike to hit before this drag. Yes, okay, so he does have the Navori completed now on the Xayah, which is, yeah, it's so big. Rylays as well on Benvi. Tibbers can provide quite a lot of just slow CC throughout the team fight.
Something I am worried about, though, is Hanabi on the Gwen. He's got 2 completed items now. We saw in that first initial fight that Team Bliss won, Hanabi wasn't quite able to make as quick work of Lived as he would have wanted, but you know, this Gwen just gradually scaling up, definitely becoming more of a team fight threat.
It is really strong. Has himself a pretty sizable CS lead up there as well. And it is that red side 5P that we've kind of felt like PCS have used a lot better than Oceania, at least so far. Now, it is DCG who are pushing down mid early. Once again, Bliss find themselves in the setup. DCG, please run to Baron or run down mid and force Team Bliss to come out of their control. If you just face check this again, It's going to go the same way as last time, most likely.
Both teams really wrestling for this mid prio. Nesty has a pretty good angle on this, so has the flash move with 2. Hana flashing in, finds 3 with the Cyclone, does get kicked away, but I think the damage is already done. Hanabi trying to see if he can clear up the back line. Benvi once again dropped very low. Why not? Deleted from the map. Same with Benvi. And Lemus, and now lived 1v6 even with the Wukong clone up on the map. Isn't able to survive too long this time, and 3 kills for the side of DCG means that Team Bliss are really in trouble.
They are. It looks like they will now lose the Baron, although Daystar, he's TPing in to maybe try force Hanabi off the drag. No, he's just going to push out the bot wave instead. So it will be 3rd Dragon and Baron picked up for DCG, as well as find themselves currently with a 4K and going to be more gold lead after this Baron is picked up. And it feels like with that team fight, Bliss's chance in this game, they're definitely running out. Maybe there's still... Oh, Daystar, can he steal it?
I have hope. I believe. He did go for it.
Yeah, can't quite get it. But it's going to be tough. I mean, especially Lemus not having flash. And Hana, he just found such a good engage with the Wukong onto them so early. I mean, look how much damage is done on a Daystar before the fight even starts. And Hanabi had a great flank as well. It kind of just feels like Bliss caught completely out of position and with no options. They're completely just separated and destroyed in this fight.
Yeah, so much damage coming out from the side of DCG. Double kill for Hanabi, and Cryscata as well doing so much work. Now 3 items completed on the Zeri. That's scary.
For sure. Now, looks like DCG should look to play 2 lanes, most likely mid and bot, see what they can get done. Bliss, we've kind of seen them in this position before where they managed to find some kind of crazy engage back into the game. Cryscata, he has both his sums, but you still kind of feel like he has to be the target. As Bliss, they're being forced out of this top side, or this bot side jungle. Maybe they're going to look to try regain a little bit of control and look onto Cryscata early. But he has so much peel, and with the sums, Shieldbow now 3.5 items completed. It just feels so hard. I mean, maybe look towards why not to find a flank, or even Daystar to find a flash charm.
Yeah, it does feel like you need some kind of miracle pick or angle to really try and shut down DCG here. I don't know if they're going to be able to hold this turret. Team Bliss actually has Daystar waiting in the bush. Does get spotted out by Orca though. It feels like the key player for DCG is going to be Hana. He's been really good at finding those engages on the Wukong so far this game, really helping his team to clean up the fight from there. But DCG actually going to back off for now. Oh, Daystar actually finds Orca, forced to flash away. Explosive cast does dissuade any further chase, but why not still looking for it? Q doesn't quite connect.
Something is definitely better than nothing. They get Orc's flash and could be a place that you look again, although there may be a re-engage here. DCG, they don't end up going for it. Now, it was, I think, pretty good here by Bliss to kind of at least delay a lot of this Baron pressure. It doesn't feel like much actually happened. I guess it was tier 1 bot that went down. It looks like this tier 2 top is going to stay alive for now. So it isn't the biggest Baron power play that we've seen before. And it does feel like you don't have many options in the game as Bliss, but are going to be forced to take this 4th Dragon fight in only 2.5 more minutes. Can you get any more scaled up before then? Probably not. Looks like most major items have been completed.
Well, why not actually going in on Hanabi here? Forces the ult out. Not going to mean too much, but why not still showing that he's not afraid to really limit us in this game? I mean, maybe that's what Team Bliss needs, honestly.
Yeah, it is definitely, I think, you've got to do something crazy to get back in this game. It's not going to be won by just standard play. Lemus, I don't think he's going to be able to complete what looks like the BT before next fight. And have a look at Cryscata's items.
Oh no.
The man is very fed, as well as having that Lulu and both sums.
And the Mikhails as well, on top of the clans. That is going to be one tough 80 carry to kill for the side of Team Bliss. You know, we talked about how they have a lot of setup available to find those picks, but with 2 cleanses, it becomes a lot more difficult.
Really does, yeah. I think maybe you have to be a flash kick angle. Why not? He does have it, but it's very difficult to find the angle. Although Bliss, they're here early. Once again, looking to try and get that early objective set up. DCG, they dealt with it a lot better the previous time. Lemus, though, has to be careful on this mid-wave. Hana, he's waiting in the wings.
He missed the cannon.
Happens.
Sorry, I had to call it out. Oh, actually, a very crucial pink ward for the side of DCG. I'm not sure how Team Bliss haven't spotted this one out, but I have to hope they find it soon, because that, you know, with both top and mid laners for DCG Having TP available, okay, why not? He hears my calls and finds the pink ward.
It's cleared out. That's top 2-2 that goes the way of DCG as well. And with the mid and top down, they can push up mid very far. Why not? Looks like he's going to be fine on this mid wave. You really don't want to have to lose your flash or anything before this critical 4th dragon fight. DCG, they are taking out all this vision. Cruscata, feels so strong with the sums and 5 items completed that he can just be the one to frontline. And we've seen many times before, the Zeri's just flashing in 1v3 and kind of cleaning up the fight with that. TP, it comes in from Hanabi. Is also almost full build, has so much gold for himself. Bemby is down 6 levels to Hanabi. I don't think you want to face check him. Actually, really wide flank being taken here by Hanabi.
Yeah, Hanabi forcing Team Bliss to really be scared about walking the jungle here. They spotted him out earlier, but Han actually looking at him, why not? Finds a second Cyclone as well, but his team isn't quite able to follow up on that. Hanabi doing his best, but why not actually getting 1v1 by Hana? Meanwhile, Bemby once again dead to Cruscata. He's on a killing spree. We'll see if he can find any more kills. Explosive cast comes out, knocks Liv back, tries to get the knock up onto 3, but Nesty finding the body slam as well. Lima's forced to pop the ultimate, but Cruscata, he's on a rampage. He's going absolutely crazy in these team fights, pumping out so much damage for DCG. 3 kills once again. Might be the dragon or potentially the game as well.
Yeah, I think that most likely will be the game, unless Daystar can find enough wavelength. I mean, I suppose Bemby's actually up pretty soon. Maybe it won't be the game, maybe just one inhib. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the game, but that is 4th dragon that will be picked up by the side of DCG, and most likely can just reset and look to set up for that Baron as well. Down 10,000 gold. I think Bliss probably... Yeah, I don't know. You almost want to start thinking about the next game, but Cruscata doesn't have cleanse, which is maybe your one way back into this game. Daystar, he still has flash, so if he could somehow find it. As we'll take a look at the replay here. Hanabi, he found the flank of a Sentry, just walked all the way around. Avoided out the vision really nicely as well. And Bliss, they kind of back away from sweeping the flank. Why not? He face checks when he probably has no business doing so. And this kind of double flank, once again, it splits up the fight so much. And you see that Lemus, in this fight, he doesn't really get to auto attack at all before his teammates have already, kind of lost their lives here. So... despite the fact that Lemus has, I guess, like 2.5 or maybe even 3 items, he just can't actually deal damage. And Cruscata, having no such issue, does clean up the rest of the Team Bliss members.
Yeah, it feels like Cruscata really just having the easiest time of his life in that team fight. Hana and Hanabi setting up so well for him to just come in and clean it all up. Now DCG starting the Baron, making pretty short work of it.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way for Bliss to contest this. We'll just go down here. What can they get done with it? I think if you're the side of DCG, you're looking to end the game with this. Obviously, can play it slow and wait for that Elder Dragon, but do you really need to add insult to injury? Cruscata picks up the QSS. They really he has so many tools for surviving here. Hanabi, he's going to be pushing in that top wave. Has 5 items completed for himself as well. Is extremely strong. Midwave is not being buffed up currently. I mean, the inhib's already down, but it would be nice to see those super waves buffed up. Instead, maybe DCG, they'll look to just 5-man top and force some sort of engage.
Yeah, so DCG actually not really worried about the midwave for some reason. I would have thought it'd be better to focus 2 waves in at the same time, but instead, Team Bliss actually able to wave clear most of this away.
Yeah, really weird decision, I think, by DCG not to put at least 1 member mid. It feels like Nesty, yeah, he's going towards it now. Should just be able to sit there and kind of stare at them menacingly. It's pretty difficult for them to engage on him. It's very tanky with the added Mountain Soul as well. As it looks like now they will try and sync up the waves, which is a much better look. Daystar trying to clear out that mid wave, but it is certainly difficult. And I think now Team Bliss will be forced to find an engage or also find...
Yeah, Hanabi actually finds it onto Lemus as well, dropping the very low Cruscata now all the way in the backline with his full Bloodthirster shield, trying to clean up as much as possible. Now lived once again 1v5, isn't going to be able to survive that much longer. Lemus and, Benvi and Why Not both down for the count. Daystar going to see what he can do to try and defend against this, but I think the Baron buff might just be too much. DCG just is cutting away the towers like they're paper. Lemus and Daystar both stuck in a Fountain Charm. Does hit, but it actually misses because of the Gwen W, and it looks like DCG going to be picking up the first game of the series for tonight.
They do, and I think very dominating fashion there for the side of DCG. And I think very questionable draft from Bliss. I think that they honestly set up around the objectives pretty well, and I think some of their initial team fights weren't bad, but there's so many things that just confused me in that game, because I feel like in your first 3 bans, okay, you ban away the Vi and the Sejuani. That should mean you pick up the Wukong, but they decide instead to give it over and have the Lee Sin, which I feel like has looked pretty lackluster. And if you're giving Zeri, wouldn't you rather ban, say, Wukong Sejuani and take the Vi first pick? So that kind of confused me. I think picking Sion without the Gwen ban in second phase